So it is race number 2 of the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta. It will be Emirates Team New Zealand. Entry 2 minutes and 10 seconds for the port. It'll be 2 minutes for Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. The first race, both boats were pretty much out of sync. Let's see how let's be honest, these are the big boys of the regatta.
Yeah, this feels like a big lineup. The defender and the challenger from the last America's Cup. Let's see what they got.
Yeah, we've seen this movie before. Know the feeling and know what this first entry is like against all the teams here, knowing who's on board. And with 7 seconds to go, both these teams should be really accurate with their entry as they're coming in here.
Emirates Team New Zealand pretty much on point. Maybe a second out, you wouldn't worry about that. Coming into the start box, 2 minutes for Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli, because this dance is about to get underway.
Interested to see how aggressive this dance is going to be. This is practice racing, remember. This is early days for our summer in Barcelona.
Before reaching here.
Fairly quiet, fairly quiet. Maybe it's all in the head now. They're not letting us know, Glenn.
Both these teams will know exactly what they need to do here. They'll have seen this movie and played this out on the simulator thousands of times.
Slow tempo there. 35 for jump. Got it. 2 boards.
We're almost down in the boat.
Luna Rossa opting for leading back.
Going to bottom here.
Nice.
Up hard.
Can always hit a net.
Everyone, eh?
So Emirates Team New Zealand here looking to keep a little bit of gauge. Luna Rossa trying to close the gauge. Emirates Team New Zealand rolling over the front of Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. Swapping positions there.
Still a lot of time to kill.
20 for the boat, 40 total.
That's last.
Happy with this?
6 for the pin. Charge is about 13.
No track for me.
Okay, on time for the pin now.
That's pretty slow.
25 to the start.
All good.
Just
22.
This down as well.
19.
Big push, boys.
Yeah, they're starting to come out now. Yeah, big push, you guys.
Happening.
One border.
13. All good on the pin.
10 seconds to go for race 2. Who gets the start?
Start edging. Racing.
Both boats beautifully timed to the start, but it's Emirates Team New Zealand with their nose in front. Race 2 of the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta. What a start!
Yeah, fantastic start there, both boats. I think Emirates Team New Zealand there executed that a little better than Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli, and they'll be wanting to stay in touch with Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli here as they head across. They'll be wanting to not give them too much gauge and make them pay. Use that small advantage to really make them pay on this next intersection over the next minute or so.
Let's go to Peter Lester on Chase Zero, our hydrogen zero emission boat. Pete, what did you make at the start?
Well, different venue, but same game as what we saw in Auckland, of course, in 2021. And Jimmy Spittle against Peter Burling, that's first class, that's the first division. But lovely start by both boats. I give a slight advantage to Emirates Team New Zealand as we're coming up to the first cross.
1 point down. Slowest turn. Just on the bottom of one.
Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli having to tack away there. There was no way they were going to be able to live there. So really, really tight racing there. It'll be interesting to see how far Emirates Team New Zealand let them go here. Not too far by the looks of that early tack. So they'll be wanting to keep really, really tight and try and maintain that advantage over Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli all the way up this beat as they tack back and try and go bow on bow.
Wind looks good in that right-hand side. The wind field telling us that there's more pressure right where the Italians are.
Oh, hang on!
Oh, no.
A mistake by Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. How costly will that be?
Could be a possible shutdown of the boat there for those guys. Not sure what's going on there. We'll try and listen.
Yeah, you got nothing.
Maybe the boat is back here, guys.
Hey, let's try and go jib.
Let's try and get a replay on this now. Just having a look, coming out of the tack. Yeah, like I said, they've lost the boat, so that will be a systems failure on the boat, which is a real shame for Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli at this point of the proceedings. You can just see there, they've lost the boat. Rudder's basically gone full negative and just forced the bow of the boat into the water, so they've had to actually do a full shutdown there and ease everything off. So real shame there for Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. Hopefully we'll get some more information in time to come.
Glenn, just explain, what does that mean? You've lost the boat. It's the computer or the power or everything?
Yeah, look, basically it'll be a system shutdown on the boat, so the computer basically will shut down, so all functionality on board the yacht that's controlling the foils and the sails will generally shut down. So sometimes you can lose little things, but this sounds like the whole boat has actually gone into a shutdown mode. So it's a bit of a shame. You can hear Jimmy Spittle saying there they've got the boat back, so it's obviously rebooted, and unfortunately they'll be out of the race from here.
In the meantime, it's Emirates Team New Zealand just sailing away, you might say, in race number 2. Heading towards the top mark without anyone pushing them. But again, regardless of anyone pushing them, this is invaluable practice for any team, regardless of the situation.
I can't see them on the outside. Oh, well. It's taken up in apex.
Emirates Team New Zealand are rounding the mark for the first time on leg 1 of 6 in this Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta.
Let's build it into this.
Let's go down to chase 0. I'm going to ask you the question, Pete. It all looks so easily, but those mark roundings, how tough are they?
I think one of the key points is going from upwind, downwind, and you know, it's quite controllable now. It's only about 11, 12 knots, but watch out when the breeze gets up. I think it's one of those manoeuvres that you can really judge the differences between the teams in terms of boat handling, crew work. But what was going through my mind as that race started to unfold was how close Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli and Emirates Team New Zealand are. I was starting to think maybe when they got into a little bit of tacking that the New Zealanders seemed to be coming out of the tacks and getting back to target speed just a click quicker, maybe half a boat length quicker than Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. But you know, what we've just witnessed just illustrates again reliability, because that will be a talking point through this 37th America's Cup.
So there's a good sign for fans of Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. The silver bullet is back up and going after what you have described potentially as a systems issue, Glenn.
Yeah, look, these things happen, and you know, in early days of racing, you know, you're implementing new systems and you're still working through. So although, you know, Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli will be very disappointed with that, I'm sure they'll be working through it. They're a very, very experienced team, a lot of really, really clever, good people that are very, very experienced. So disappointing for the team, but I'm sure they'll work through it, and we'll be seeing them fighting hard as we go forwards for sure.
This is the first of racing, and it is an increased intensity. You're pushing the boat harder, you're pushing everything harder, aren't you? And there is going to be issues.
There will be, and you know, pushing the boat hard, you know, in racing, you know, potentially, you know, trimming and sailing the boats compared to when you're sailing around by yourself. You're using, you know, 30 to 40% more oil, for example, with the sails, just by having to push hard against another boat. So the cyclor's having to push extra hard during racing just to compare to sort of sailing around by yourself. You can do some mock-up manoeuvres, but there's nothing like actually being in racing competition.
I spoke to some of the British cyclors this morning. They said it'd been a 20% increase in demand come race day.
Emirates Team New Zealand, they will not be pushing this boat any harder than they need to now. Just take Tauhoro quietly through the rest of the race, being mindful, of course, that they want to pick up the 1 point as well in the preliminary regatta standings.
Yeah, learnings every minute you're sailing these boats as new equipment and new settings and new tuning is coming on board, new sea state. Obviously the waves and the sea state that Mother Nature provides is different every day, so every time you're out in the water is a big gain.
It's just worth looking at the bottom left of the screen, and that's downwind speed as we see Emirates Team New Zealand head towards the bottom mark for the first time to complete leg number 2. We can tell you that the Italians yesterday hit 52 knots, and we were all just slack-jawed and open-mouthed going, what have we just seen? These boats are incredible, incredible machines.
Glenn, you were part of the Defenders team at the last Cup in New Zealand. You know, how important are these early chances to race against the challengers?
Yeah, really, really important for Emirates Team New Zealand, you know, to take this opportunity to be able to line up and do some racing with some other teams, because as the defender, you don't get to do the Louis Vuitton final or the semi-final, so you really are lacking race time when it comes to actually lining up for the first race of the America's Cup. So these races now, the learnings out of this is absolutely invaluable for the team, you know, for the whole team going forward.
New to the team, of course, Nathan Outridge. We had a lovely shot of him. Port Helm with the defender. What's he added to this mix?
Look, Nathan is a very, very experienced campaigner, and he certainly knows both Pete and Blair very, very well. After years and years of sailing 49ers and Olympic skiff classes together, you know, those guys know each other really, really well. So I think Nathan's been an absolutely brilliant inclusion into the team, and you know, as a fellow Australian, I'm happy for him to fly the flag for us.
Well, the other thing too is he was a competitor against Peter Burling as well in his Olympic days. So having someone to push an individual in your own team, it's the perfect scenario for any team.
Look, it really is a fantastic program for the team, and the boys, as I said, know each other really, really well. They've done a lot of sailing against each other. They know how to push each other. They know how to develop together and really wind each other up and get the best out of the boat. So, you know, really technical guys, both of them, and I think with Blair and also with Andy Maloney and the rest of the team, you know, with a great coaching staff as well behind the scenes in Ray Davies and Josh Jr. You know, you just look at this boat sailing now and you go, wow, there's not too much that you'd sort of change with that, how it's being sailed through the water at the moment.
We will see more of this shot throughout all the different boats, but it's still beggars belief to any non-sailor. How the hell are they doing that? Sailing at 40 knots on a rudder there and a foil there.
Certainly a picture of technology and efficiency, and, you know, really raising the bar, you know, for what our sport of yachting can showcase. And whilst it's a shame not to sort of see an epic battle between these two powerhouse teams, a real shame to have Luna Rossa drop out of that race. Seeing Team New Zealand obviously sail a boat around the track, and what we're going to see in the future is very exciting.
So Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli rounding the bottom mark for the first time after their systems failure, but they're up and going, and they'll want to figure it out as they continue on.
Can you open the comms with the boat? There's an issue. You want to stop the boat, please?
Well, that was
Italy. Can you please confirm that you have retired so that we can open up the comms?
Well, that was first their coach, Philip Presti, asking them to retire. Obviously, they monitor the boat on the coach boat as well, and there's issues on board.
Well, they're going down.
Italy, this is the race committee. Can you please confirm you have retired so that we can open up the comms?
We have, thank you, race committee.
Race committee. Italy, yeah, we've retired.
So
thanks for that, Italy. Race committee copies.
Confirmation that Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli have pulled the pin on race number 2 in this Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta. Real shame, because you got to say, even in the early stages of that race, it was game on. You saw something, didn't you? I mean, let's be honest, there was something there.
Yeah, it was so exciting, wasn't it, for the first few minutes where there was 20 metres behind them. I mean, what is that, like a second or something? Nothing between them. But a very sensible approach. They need to preserve the asset, look after it, and they were worried, we heard on the onboard comms, they were worried about the barrelways. So, you know, safety.
Emirates Team New Zealand completing the halfway mark, heading on the downwind leg, but they'll be safe in the knowledge they've picked up the 1 point in race number 2 of this Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta. Look, cyclos, yeah, we're still going. We're just going to keep grinding out, and the amount of work they have to do constantly is ridiculous. So we are good to go in race 3. If you are just joining us, wherever you are around the globe, wins to Alinghi Red Bull Racing and wins to the defender Emirates Team New Zealand. port entry will be the New York Yacht Club's American Magic Patriot up against Britannia from, well, an official challenger of record.
Yeah, both these teams getting geared up now, just killing a little bit of time before their entry into the pre-start. Only about 15 seconds to go for American Magic here entering. They're both boats wanting to be on time for a clean pre-start dance that we'll see shortly.
So American Magic coming in pretty much on time port entry. Maybe just a little under, and 2 minutes is the entry time allowable for Ineos Britannia coming in from starboard.
Just a couple of seconds behind the entry allowable time there. Ineos Britannia giving American Magic just a couple of extra seconds of breathing room. Be interesting to see how both boats line up here and what philosophy they take on here in the pre-start.
Really hard, these 2 minutes for the cyclers. I mean, maximum amount of manoeuvres and energy needed.
Yeah, a lot of sail trimming in this pre-start dance going on at the moment. Both boats circling, trying to put the other one in a more difficult position. Really, really hard on the cyclors there, you know, doing a lot of hydraulic oil movement. They'll be, you know, on the rev limiter there before they even get off the start line.
Right-hand side of the course looks strong. Also on a match racing course, you know, lots of benefits from being to the right. So American Magic sailing up to windward of Ineos Britannia. They'll be looking to sort of push Ineos Britannia down the course a little bit to sort of put them on the back foot. Ineos Britannia retacking to then come back up and close the game. So really fantastic pre-start build up here.
Just coasting north-south.
11 boat. Up boat leg.
Okay, pins open.
Up here, yeah. Push guys. 9 boat up here.
Ineos Britannia looking to build speed and actually get a speed differential to hook American Magic here. American Magic accelerating, shutting the door. 10 seconds here.
3 line. 2 line. 1 line.
Push you guys, come on, turning up. Everything you got.
Race 3 is go in the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta here in Barcelona. The New York Yacht Club's American Magic in the foreground. Beside them, Ineos Britannia, the official challenger of record.
Very similar. Trying to work a bit of height now.
Okay, you're on 0 offset.
Yeah, I'm on mine.
30 seconds.
On board USA here now.
A little bit of a high groove here. No copy. Happy to take it. Yeah, nice on the jib. Okay, we are closing gauge.
25.
Nothing in this race at the moment. Both boats very, very evenly matched here. Slight advantage to Ineos Britannia for me.
Okay, we're very close here. Standing up a bit higher.
Getting near the boundary.
Okay, he turns, pressing here.
Okay, 15.
They're building on the move. 28, speed's coming.
5.
Yeah, where you fit. Nice getting in mode here. Average shift there. And coming out. 38 here, all the way.
Down to chase 0. Peter, what did you make of that start? Gee, I've got to say, Ineos Britannia looked quick today.
Yeah, Ineos looked really fast off the line. I think they had a nice speed build, but when they came over to the left, I was quite impressed by how American Magic just managed to climb out underneath. They were gauging in on Ineos, and what's really noticeable between the two boats is the projected hull area aerodynamically. American Magic looks a lot less hull to push through the air than Ineos. Interesting that the designers to come up with a solution have come from different corners of the rule, but I am impressed looking at American Magic. She certainly looks to be enjoying these conditions.
Yeah, he's starting to get a bit closer to boundary, but at the moment, it's very marginal if we go for a lee bow or not, or duck. Pick one over.
So that's what's going on board American Magic. What's going on inside Ineos Britannia?
I think if we duck, I'm not sure.
3, 2, 1, mate. Turning, please. Remind. 2, 1, going board. We are strong, normal VMG. They duck, then. Copy. You duck us by a couple of lengths. To lengthen. Okay, mate's coming on, boys.
Really nice gain there by Ineos Britannia on that right-hand side of the course. A little more pressure possibly over there, Shirley, as we've been talking about this morning.
Yeah, we could see that in the wind field. And one of the joys of having two helmsmen is that we get a running commentary from the one that's not steering. It is so good. We know exactly what they're thinking. They're painting a picture, not just for the other helmsmen, but for all of us.
Well, they definitely need to paint that picture well, because you cannot see a thing on the other side of the boat. You have a big black wall in front of you, so you're absolutely relying on those fantastic comms from the other side of the yacht to be able to sail the boat accurately, particularly in a tight boat-on-boat situation.
As they approach the top mark, what we are getting is what we mentioned at the end of the last race, two very different design concepts, where you've got Ineos Britannia, where you've got your trimmer sitting right at the back behind the cyclors, and on the opposite boat, you've got American Magic side by side, which is like a race car. As we see, this is an interesting one. Have American Magic made gains on the first leg upwind?
I think we're around the issue here. You're just not bear away anytime.
So it's Patriot around the top mark for the first time with a slight advantage. Let's see what that will be. They're saying 6 seconds. Game on.
A really tight battle here, going forwards, and I think possibly one less manoeuvre going forwards there for the Americans. You see the wind field there. Both boats, both puffs and lulls heading to either side of the course, so it would be really interesting to see how this next intersection is going to be, of who's made a gain and who's made a loss. Quite difficult to tell, as they both have to transition a few puffs and lulls here.
So the coaches follow their charges, their steeds closely. Tom Burnham is the coach of American Magic. He joins us now. Hey, thanks for joining us, Coach. What do you make of your start of this one? Just apologies there, slight technical difficulty, a bit like Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli in the last race, but big cross coming up. Hang on.
Just across American Magic. Just across in front there. Too close to do a jibe in front of Ineos Britannia there. They would have actually infringed if they had tried to jibe in front there or get hooked. So very, very even race, Shirley, as we come downwind here at the moment.
You know, today really is reveal day. It's for all of us to take a look, but also all of them to collect data. And how exciting is it to start to get some real speeds off these machines?
I'm seeing some really even performance here of both these boats, which is really, really exciting, you know, as we move forwards in all these future series. This is fantastic racing, and great to see two boats pushing hard and with different design concepts.
Well, for race 3 of the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta, we're actually getting a true match race here, and there's not too much between these two flying machines, and the speeds, as you can see, going down, it looks like Ineos Britannia in a better space as it was speed-wise.
And they're clear across just.
Yeah, only saying 20 metres in it here, so basically a boat length in it, so really, really tight. It'll be really interesting to see how they play this bottom end of the course here, because the British will want to split here to not get hit by the Americans at the bottom of the course. The Americans will have to take a guess of which way the British will go here, so quite interesting.
It's going to be a two-board turn. Going board. 10 seconds. They're really just focusing on our manoeuvres, and we'll stick
heading into the bottom mark for the first time, and there's nothing in this. American Magic will round the bottom mark. They'll take the right-hand mark as they see it, end up on the upwind leg. And followed straight away by Ineos Britannia.
straight into attack Ineos Britannia here for sure. And yep, around they go. They'll be really wanting to stay in touch here. The Americans going with them, which is the right thing to do. They'll basically shepherd them across to the right-hand side of the course and make them pay on the way back. They'll be basically looking to hit them on the next tack and actually put them in the dirty air.
Let's go back to Tom Burnham, the coach of American Magic. Coach, thanks for joining us. You comfortable with what you're seeing with your team right now?
Yeah, it's good. They're going great. Really pleased with the execution and how they're sailing the race course right now. They're doing a great job.
Yeah, fantastic, Tom. Glenn Ashby here. How you going? Great to see the boat on the water and going well, mate. You must be happy with the guys. Obviously, fantastic coaching job there to get them where they are. Well done.
Yeah, thanks so much. Yeah, definitely they're doing a great job today, and really nice to be out here racing after a little bit of a tough day yesterday in practice, but guys are executing well right now. Thanks, Glenn.
All right, appreciate your time, Tom.
Thanks, guys.
Didn't give too much away, did he?
One of the nicest guys in the coaching world, along with a few of the other coaches. They're all top guys and do a fantastic job. An integral part of the program going forwards, and absolutely needing good coaching staff for good performance, without a doubt.
He hinted yesterday they had we were practicing racing and to get a massive nosedive. Everything wet, some of the systems not great. I'm sure it would have been a big night for the support team, just checking everything. So a massive delight today for the whole team. Dr. Voss, also one of their founders here. So yeah,
and we
huge sigh of relief.
So you can see our live wind field brought to you by Cap Gemini. The simple thing to understand here when it comes to wind in this live wind field, green is good. That's where all the pressure is. Blue, you want to stay away from pretty much.
Yeah, no, green is definitely good. And as you see American Magic there, just sailing into a little bit more pressure there. You should see the boat speed going up a little bit there as we are, which means that it's all working as it should. That's what you'd love to see as a sailor, and forcing Ineos Britannia basically to tack away there back to the left. So great job from the American Magic team there, spotting a bit of pressure, early tack back, and they're certainly in a commanding position now as we head towards the top end of the course.
And have done well to gain. We're now at 200 metres separation. In part, as you say, they're sort of sailing in bad air, not being able to tack when they want. And we'll see at the end whether that is also a speed difference between the two boats.
They call this design of American Magic, they quote it as a minimalist design. And the one thing they talked about is having recumbent cyclists sitting down.
Just having a little look at the ghost boat here of potentially where they could go from here to actually make any gain. Just sort of seeing where Ineos Britannia could potentially get closer or around American Magic, and the ghost boat's basically saying that heading over to that better pressure is the way to go. So it's looking like that, there's not many options here for Ineos Britannia apart from staying in touch and continuing to sail their boat as absolutely as best as they can.
Although, as you always say, you're one slightly dodgy manoeuvre away from it all falling apart.
Just quickly back to the recumbent cyclists. What do you make of that? Everybody else has got cyclists sitting down like a cyclist.
Yeah, look, everyone chooses a different design philosophy, and the minimalist design, that's exactly what they've gone for.
Hey, stand by. 15 seconds to move.
American Magic with Paul Goodison and Tom Sillingsby on helm will hit the top mark and hit the halfway point of this third race of the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta, and they will just sweep around that left-hand mark. Whoa!
Yeah, that is an absolute terrible manoeuvre from American Magic there. They look like they basically got the Traveller pinned out without having enough hydraulic resource to get it back on. So,
well, let's see how Ineos Britannia does it and give us your read on this one. That was wild. That was riding a wild bronco. This one.
Let's have a look here. Really smooth and clinical mark rounding there from Ineos Britannia. Both the jib and the mainsail Travellers there in unison. Lovely powering up of the sail plane there. That was a clinical manoeuvre.
Let's see a look at this rounding by American Magic again.
Just watch the Traveller really pinned out wide there. Bang, maxed out ease. You hear the dig, 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 dig. That's basically a hydraulic request to try and get that traveller back in. So just having a look at the foils here, you watch the boat go round, you'll see a little immersion of the foil, then a windward heel. And as that traveller pinned out, that's basically trying to force the boat over the handlebars.
When he says dig, 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 he's talking to the cyclers. He just needs more, if they have any more.
They need to raise the pressure in the system to actually get that traveller to move when it's highly loaded.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gates, lengthening the course to 1.95 nautical miles.
So a little pressure increase there, just Mel and Ian Murray, race directors, just extending the course out, so that's a good sign. We've got more breeze coming.
We might not see the cyclers in the American team, but they are absolutely crucial. They're actually facing backwards, as Stephen said, they're on recumbent bikes, completely hidden away. But it's such a crucial role, you know, to supply the energy to trim the sails whenever you need it.
Must have come from a rowing background. Enjoy going backwards, but doesn't sound like a nice position to be.
Yeah, we can just see their heads.
You can hear them working hard there. Hear the drivetrain of the yacht there. Those pumps absolutely getting a flogging at the moment. Those guys will be pushing super, super hard. They'll be trying to sail the boat as efficiently as they can. The better you do as a trimmer and a helmsman, the more efficient you are for the guys cycling. So you want to do a good job of that.
Straight and left.
Hey, Trav, yeah, you may not make that.
Okay, copy.
We heard Tom Slingsby talking about the ley line, the touch and go, whether they're going to make the ley line for those bottom marks. Hoping for a bit more breeze.
Really, really nice shot of American Magic coming down there, sailing the boat beautifully. The team.
American Magic about to complete leg number 4. They're in a solid position against Ineos Britannia. Let's see what this rounding is any better than the last one, where they put both boards down this time to just ease themselves around that. And they're back up on their penultimate leg of race number 3 of the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta.
A massive lead now to American Magic over the British, so a bit of work to do. As the British little coast there, they're a little shy on ley line, so that's going to hurt even more as they've washed off a bit of extra speed going around there. So another little deficit to make up if they can.
They have tacked up above us. Yeah, copy.
A huge loss for Ben Ainsley and his team on that run. I mean, I don't know if that was slightly speed or pressure or positioning.
Keep going straight if you can. Yeah.
Let's go to chase 0, Peter Lester on the water. American Magic look a different boat than we saw yesterday. They look quick.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I think just watch her drag coefficient, I think, must be quite low. The boat has lower top sides and it looks pretty slippery in these conditions. And coupled with that, when the boats were close together, I just thought American Magic had a little bit more height, and that was impressive off the start line. And they've picked 2 beautiful ley lines at the top of leg 2 and leg 4. So American Magic have put together a very impressive race here against Ineos.
Pete,
speaking of Ineos, let's go across to the chase boat, and that's Rob Wilson. And Rob, thanks for joining us, mate. What do you make of your race to this point?
You know, I think they did a good job on the pre-start. That was good to see. When we got up on the top right of the course on that first leg, we actually were forced to tack back, you know, just with the boundary. The Americans did a real nice job of the mapping, and they just made the best of that right shift at the top of the course, and that gave them the gain. And we've been kind of trying to just get out of phase to get back with them.
Rob, it looked like Ineos Britannia made quite a loss on that last downwind. What do you think that was?
I think like, you know, we're going to have a look at the data. But generally, you know, the speed has been decent downwind, so we're quite happy with that, and the manoeuvring's pretty decent. You know, the Americans certainly had more of the right side, and we had a bad shift. So I just wait for Ben to finish. And then we had a shift go against us at the end, just as we were coming in on that long port. We had a 10-degree lefty, which cost us quite a bit with the leverage.
Rob, just very quickly, first race for your new driver, Dylan Fletcher. How's he doing?
He's doing super well. You know, we're lucky enough to have 3 amazing helms of this team with Giles, Ben and Dylan. You know, they're all super close, and yeah, he's absolutely loving it.
Thank you for your time, Rob. Appreciate it. I'll let you get back to the race. We're on the penultimate leg, leg 5 of race 3 of the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta off the coast of Barcelona. We're on the Mediterranean, and it's an American Magic leading Ineos Britannia.
We should take a split at the top. They've got very nice, good speed now.
Fantastic shot there of American Magic heading upwind, really doing a good job of keeping, you know, that centre part of the hull close to the water surface. That bustle, if you like, and skeg basically creates a sort of an air curtain down to the water, so effectively sealing the sails through the boat into the water for maximum efficiency. The boys doing a great job there of keeping that gap nice and close.
The hull is essentially smaller, the top sides are smaller, hence the recurrent cyclist just keeping everything really tight.
Gotta love the aero game in 2024 in the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup, which is the big show. It's a long way off, and this is the Preliminary Regatta. American Magic around the top mark for the final time in race number 3.
A little nicer mark rounding that time than the one previously, so they will be shot out of the cannon going downwind here. 46.4 knots, 88 kilometres an hour in the bearaway there. So definitely not tied to the dock, the American Magic boys at the moment.
Ineos Britannia now coming into the top mark for their final time. And as you heard Rob Wilson, their coach, say, didn't give too much away, was pretty honest about what was going on. There'll be a long debrief about this as they round the mark and head downwind for the final time. 31 seconds the gap.
49 knot bear away there for the British. They're off downwind as well. Just a couple of wobbly shifts early in the race, Shirley, and I think that's just, you don't need much when you get some leverage on your opponent when the wind does shift, and it is quite shifty here, as we can see. It's you know, really, really interesting having a look at some options here, you know, for the British as they go forwards with the Ghost boat. With the wind field that we've got at the moment, the Ghost boat not offering up too many options for the Brits to make up ground against American Magic. But you can see there the puffs and the lulls down the course, and I think through that early part of the race, you know, just a couple of those going against the British, and now we're seeing a little gap as we come down towards the bottom end of the course.
Glenn, I mean, they're doing 45, nearly 50 knots into these manoeuvres and making it look pretty easy. How on the edge is it? How difficult?
Yeah, the guys are making the boats look really easy to sail. You know, they're not. You know, they're extremely difficult to sail. They're right on edge. You can see how much the foils are moving around. You can see the waves. You can see the boat moving around the foil arm. Every little movement, you are getting shaken around. You're feeling the boat through your body, and that's what we can't really pick up on the cameras. But on board, you are feeling every little bump and shift, and that's what you're using to, not only with your numbers, but you're using that for the feeling of getting the boat around the track in good shape.
Going forward. And turn him.
What up?
Really, really clinical comms there from the American Magic team, just saying how nice the boat's feeling, and you know, they're just locked in and sailing well. Tommy's just saying to the boys, 1 and in from here, we'll just keep it nice and simple, and they're just locked in and sailing the boat fast. So they've got a good gain now of 500 metres, and they're just going to keep chipping away to get down to the bottom.
Want to do a race round in here? Or? Yeah, let's do it. Yep, right turn? Yeah, right turn, 20 seconds.
considering what happened yesterday, that we were fortunate to see, and you weren't wherever you are around the world, and a big nosedive by American Magic. They have come out, guns are blazing. A huge psychological blow, too, you might say, to the old enemy in Ineos Britannia. But American Magic will take the win in race number 3 of the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta and score that all-important 1 point.
Nice work, guys. Great job. And nice race.
First her down, boys. Nice work. Nice work back there in first class. Big band, baby. Big band.
Happy birthday, Groomie. Happy birthday, John Groom. Yeah, buddy.
And in comes Ineos Britannia. It's a hard thing to suggest you race your guts out in a preliminary regatta and you come up with the big donut, no points. But that's what this is all about. This is all about testing yourselves against the best who you'll face when we get to the Challenger Selection Series.
Really nice entry there, right on time, American Magic. Coming in from port, little touchdown there. That's going to wash off a bit of pace. That was a little error there on their behalf.
Tight to get across here.
2, 1, 4 down.
Facing a reverse.
One time on the wall. Hey, stay on 2 on 4.
Stay on 2 board is fine for me at the moment.
Okay, turning here in 2, 1, turning.
It's quite high compared to us, so no problem. Not rate of jump at the moment.
Hey, Granny's 25, Granny's 40.
There's not much space on this right-hand side, Glenn. You're going to keep manoeuvring, keep turning.
We do. Right into the boundary there, Luna Rossa, Prada, Pirelli, using all of the runway there to milk that boundary. They will be now forcing the decision onto American Magic as to whether to tack or jibe here to try and gain control.
They turn up on guys.
American Magic choosing to tack, just get a bit of distance between them and the opposition.
A16. Very slow.
He's on boat late. There's a good chance they're going to be able to kill that.
Yeah, copy. I think we can get a push here if you want, if you come all the way down on 2.
Yeah. Coming down here. 13 boat.
And keep coming.
Tom Slingsby going for the attack.
9 boat. Okay. Here, almost reached. Turning up here. Be line.
Hey, he's up.
Copy. Good line. Happy to go over. Help if you can.
Yeah, American Magic there, having to sail high and slow. Luna Rossa doing a great job of controlling there.
We're going to be a dip start here, guys. Might try to keep us off.
Fantastic job, Luna Rossa, Prada, Pirelli gaining control there.
Gonna have to come all the way down.
Racing.
Good start by Luna Rossa, Prada, Pirelli on American Magic.
Dip start there on American Magic, so having to dip and actually get behind the line. You are allowed to cross the windward end of the start line, but you have to get behind the line.
Race 7, Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta underway, and the Italians have the early advantage.
Well, hopefully we will see that again, but beautiful job by Jimmy Spittle. Pushed them over and they couldn't make it onto the start line.
Brilliant job of forcing them out of the starting area. That is classic Luna Rossa match racing 101 right there, and American Magic just getting themselves a little slow and a little locked, and really nice job there by Luna Rossa, Prada, Pirelli. I'm sure they would have practiced that one before with Philippe Presti and the coaching staff. I'm sure they've seen that movie plenty of times before. Bit of a replay here. Beautiful job. American Magic there having to not only clear the mark but also clear the transom of Luna Rossa, Prada, Pirelli there. Restart effectively, and that is a massive deficit to try and make up.
Terry Hutchison, the top man there in the middle, not happy.
No, that's not a happy Terry Hutchinson, which is understandable. It's a tough one there for the guys.
Don't have to be a body language expert for that one.
No.
I mean, a blatant error by American Magic to get over that ley line. So vulnerable there. Were you surprised by that, Glenn?
Well, I think Luna Rossa did a great job of actually staying up high, and I think initially American Magic didn't think they were going to lay.
We'll start clicking right now. Stand by, anytime.
2, 1.
So it's advantage Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli on the first upwind leg of race 7, and the Silver Bullet doing the job.
27.
Elle volate così. Flat-in is good.
Start edging right here, Jimmy.
Jimmy Spittle's 8th consecutive America's Cup. I think he's played that move a few times, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's done his apprenticeship, old Jimmy, and it's all bread and butter for those guys in the pre-start, that's for sure.
Just for a second. And maybe we hit him on the next one. Okay. Little lefty now. Happy to take him.
2, 1.
Nice path here, guys. Really good pressure.
Missing 6 here.
Yeah, coming.
Okay, I've got his angle. 1 and then left at the moment.
Yeah, I agree with that, Jimmy.
Good strong look at the Luna Rossa power group, and
normal ley line, I think.
one young man in there,
no lower than that.
Luca Kerwin, and the 14 jersey, his father, John Kerwin, legendary All Black, also wore the 14 as well. I know his mum and his dad and the family coming up to watch him take part in the America's Cup. So a big moment for a family, and there's so many stories that they talk about the men up the front, but we can't forget about the engines, the human engines powering these 7-ton flying monsters.
Yeah, John Kerwin, pretty handy on the barbecue from experience. I've had a lovely barbecue at John's house a few years ago, and it's fantastic to see Luca here now, you know, coming into the America's Cup fray. Who would have thought quite a few years ago?
Looks like it's tightened up a little bit here coming up to the top mark, but it will be Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli who will round the top mark for the first time ahead of American Magic.
All clear.
Swing Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli around and head for the downwind leg for the first time.
Nice, boys.
American Magic not too far behind here as they come in. They're not really out of touch. I think they started a pretty nice beat, all things considered, after that start.
So American Magic may have had a weak gain on the upwind leg, so all is not lost. They'll head down now and put the foot to the floor.
Just going to have a look at the ghost boat here of some of the options that both teams have going forward, showing a really nice lane there for Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. They're going to get quite a wind down the course there, so if that plays out, that'll be a big advantage to them by the time they get to the bottom of the course.
Yeah, we get a lovely view there from the Winfield of why they're so keen on that right-hand side of the course, the top of the screen as we're looking at it now. Green means more wind, remember, blue less. And it's particularly at the bottom of the track. It looks so good.
Let's go onto the water and our green boat, the Chase Zero, the hydrogen chase boat. Pete? Okay, just a few little issues there, but that's okay. As we said, a magnificent vista of why we're in Barcelona. Look at that for a backdrop of the city of Barcelona and a race course in front of it. Magnificent.
46 knots of boat speed there, Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. 6 knots faster at the moment, sailing into that pressure that we identified coming into the bottom of the course, Shirley. You can really see the speed building there.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shifting the axis to 195 and new length 1.85 nautical miles.
Well, if you're wondering why they're changing the course so much, it's because they can. They are autonomous. There's no anchor or line or any of that old school stuff. They just move it with a few buttons. It's brilliant.
Yeah, GPS controlled electric marks are pretty handy for the race committee. You don't have to worry about pulling the anchor up and down like you used to have to do, that's for sure. Quite handy.
You go around Barcelona, it's quite a sustainable city. Lots of bikes, fantastic bike lanes, electric buses, and so much going on in the green area here in Barcelona. It doesn't get any better than watching green boats run around too, like AC-75s with the power of Mother Nature. And Mother Nature's playing her game, and so are these boats. 45.5 knots, downwind on the second leg for Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli.
Line. I think it's good for one border.
Yes, that right on function, boys.
Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli approaching the bottom mark for the first time to complete leg number 2 of 6 in race 7 of the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta. This team has already displayed yesterday in their last race of the day yesterday against Orient Express Racing that when they get going, they are a very, very good team, followed through by American Magic. They are hanging in there in Patriot.
Stand back. Put down here in 3, 2, 1. Put down. Can't out a bit early, everybody. Righty there, unfortunately. He's come back.
See how fast these boats are going upwind as Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli ripping across the water there on starboard. Beautiful conditions today. Nice flat water. Easily sailed boat, so it's really about just getting off the start line and doing the simple things well today, Shirley.
Have a bit of this side, we'll just keep taking it.
You've got to be impressed, haven't you, by Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli? Great execution at the start and haven't put a foot wrong. And also just kind of listen to them. There's a lovely sort of confidence. You know, there's no emotion. And I know that they have raced together a lot, obviously, in New Zealand as well. But you have to be impressed with that.
Little press here.
Very, very smooth. And smooth is fast in a lot of high-performance sports, and certainly sailing an AC-75, being smooth is definitely fast, and both these teams doing a nice job. And very impressive sailing for sure.
Hey, Trav. 192.
The distance not really growing between the two teams. I mean, American Magic is not slow.
I've got American Magic sailing really quite nicely, to be honest. They obviously paid a huge penalty at the start line there, but they're sort of staying in touch with Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. Luna Rossa, they're obviously just a loose cover on American Magic there, not affecting the air of American Magic there because they are just too far to windward there, but they're just keeping a loose cover, making sure that they go the same way as them at the top of the course.
I think from here on, I think we can just wait for this pump.
Look at the wind field there. It's got Luna Rossa there sailing into lighter breeze initially, so American Magic, quite a lot faster through the water here. So I've got them a little gain at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see how the top end of the course plays out here with what's coming down.
Little pressure coming. A bit of transition. A flat heel here. Nice. Very nice pressure here.
Luna Rossa on a slightly smaller jib as well than American Magic, so opting for a slightly less draggy package. So Possibly American Magic being slightly more in the right phase there with the sail plan.
Best I've seen so far. If anything, I will tack a little earlier this time, okay? Compared to
5 seconds.
Should be able to get split here at the top.
Rolling up a little high.
Get pressure in front. 200 breeze. Okay, we got 15 seconds this way, 15 seconds the other before a left turn.
Linking Red Bull Racing about to complete the halfway point of race number 7 here in Barcelona. This is the preliminary regatta. Remember, on the 29th of August, it becomes more than real as we go into the Challenger Selection Series. 2 round robin races featuring the defender as well, Emirates Team New Zealand.
Nice.
One team will be gone potentially in 2 weeks. American Magic taking the right-hand mark as you see it. It's the left-hand mark on the screen.
All the way down there.
Nice. 82 kilometre an hour. Bear away there, top speed. You can hear the guys pushing the pumps hard. You can hear the drivetrain really straining there to get that traveller and jib and all the settings back to where they need to be for the downwind. So big push there from the cyclors.
Lots of criticism about their cyclor system, recovering bikes, facing backwards, not so efficient. But at least today, they seem to be able to do everything that they need to do. They've made it work.
10 seconds.
Let's go on to the chase boat for Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. Philippe Presti joins us now. Hey, Philippe, happy days at the moment, but a solid race too by your opponents.
Yeah, so far so good. And yeah, we had a great start. I mean, it's a magic to have 2 legends like Keiko and Jimmy just running the pre-start, and they did an awesome job. And then we're holding. Seems very tricky on the water, very shifty. But I hope it's gonna last until the end.
Hi, Philippe. It's Glenn here. You would have seen that movie quite a few times before, mate. It's quite impressive to see. I'm sure that's something that you've done a lot of practice on in pre-start situations, seeing what was unfolding there.
Yeah, we did a lot. We are doing a lot of practice simulator, as you know. But when it comes to the real game, you know, you need the talent of these guys to pull it off. So yeah, hats off.
Nice, mate.
Thanks for your time, Philippe.
You're welcome.
We are on the right, he's on the left. But I think we got 1 and 8 from here. Even if he drives. I think the ley line was good for the downwind.
Downwind on the 4th leg, and that gap hasn't changed too much, upwind or downwind. So the Americans are hanging in there. They're just waiting for something.
Well, they certainly are hanging in there. They're doing a really nice job there of staying in touch. Obviously, you know, that dirty air, as we spoke about before, coming off Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli or the leading boat, you know, you have to crisscross that at times. But the American Magic guys doing a really nice job of just sailing good pressure and good shifts, so they're doing a great job.
Direction, just your eye to the spin.
Sometimes we're going to remind ourselves these boats are going to be tinkered with more and more and more as they get closer to the real deal, and those margins will just come in closer and closer as Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli hits the bottom mark to complete leg number 4 and head upwind on the penultimate leg. Leg number 5 in race 7 of the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta off the coast of Barcelona.
Okay, we have the speed, no problem.
The American Magic just passing close by, saying we are still here. Do not forget about us.
35 this way.
Looking for height here, just keep that trap coming up.
Fantastic paint job and faired hull there. You can see the shimmer of how smooth that hull is. Fantastic job there. by the shore crew, keeping these boats absolutely pristine and in race condition. It's super impressive to see how well the detailing is on these boats.
It's just like Formula One. They polish everything. They polish everything to the T, right down even at practice. It's spotless. You could eat off these boats.
Hey, he's made a gain there.
American Magic really had to try something. They had to go for the split at the bottom. But we can see the bottom part of that track has always been right-hand favoured. And
it's done well.
Lost a little bit.
Yeah, attacks on us.
I think we have air to have air below.
I think we just get it out of here.
Hey, stand by. 2, 1. And turn it.
I love that shot there. You can see the screen beside Paul Goodison, and that is foil on the other side. Is that right?
It is, absolutely.
Looks like
and
better pressure this side to me now.
a bit like a reversing camera. You just want that out the front, not out the back, but certainly handy to know whether the board's up or down from that side of the yacht when you're steering. So because you cannot see through the sails, they are basically a brick wall that you're looking at. So cameras are certainly handy across the board.
What else will they have there in that cockpit?
There'll be a lot of screens and a lot of buttons, and we can certainly go into that at a future time. But it is absolutely a flight control centre and a steering control centre. So I think for the average punter, they'd be absolutely shocked at how many functions are inside that cockpit.
On to the chase boat for American Magic, Tom Burnham. Hey, Tom. Start. Do we talk about that?
Yeah, obviously it wasn't what we were planning on, but trying to gain back from where we started and gave them a bit of a jump. But guys are doing a good job keeping the game close enough. But hopefully we'll get a chance here on the last run.
Yeah, Tom, I mean, the boats seem glued together. You know, how pleased are you with the relative pace?
Yeah, it's definitely good to see that the guys are both sailing pretty well here and everything. And obviously just need to make sure we come off with at least an even start and be able to be in the game. So made it hard on ourselves in that one.
Hey, Coach, do you have a heart rate monitor on Terry?
No, I don't have a heart rate monitor on Terry, but he's for sure a bit wound up right now, so it's all good.
All right, mate. Thanks for your time, as always.
Thanks, guys.
So I think we go back here. I might just go to the next one in 10 seconds.
It's 198 breeze at the moment, so a little right. Just make a good left in.
Yeah, just gonna pressing a little. Okay, stand by. Or down in 3, 2, 1, down. Turning.
Squadron.
This is the race committee. We are moving the finish line, shortening the length to 1.8 nautical miles.
Time.
How much about?
A little press. Okay, we've got 20 seconds.
So on board, Rosa, Prada Pirelli and the Helming team as they, for the last time round the top mark, they haven't really been able to shake American Magic, but they are in a fairly strong position as they head down on the final leg number 6 of race 7 of this Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta here in Barcelona.
Right of lettering.
Yeah, great pressure here. All the way.
Jimmy Spittle pretty comfortable. Great communications coming off board. Great pressure, he says, all the way on the downwind leg as American Magic go around that top mark and head home. Their perfect record will be tarnished with this one. They'll go to a 2-1 record.
Jives.
Okay, to jive out here. Okay, stand by. Put down in 3, 2, 1. Put down.
Just having a look here, surely if there is any options for the Americans to get back into this game. You can see the options on the table there, and possibly a little gain if they had have carried on there, but they're just trying to throw everything they can at the Italians to try and force a mistake from them, but they're just sailing the boat too well.
The Ghost boat, of course, is calculated with actual time wind from the wind field data, but also with the polars from an AC-75. So it's pretty accurate, but it does have all the information.
That's right, and it doesn't take into account the tactical considerations of what the teams are trying to do. You know, they don't have to take the perfect course in a match race. It's just about staying in front of the other boat, and they only need to win by a boat length, not 100 lengths. So tactical considerations definitely come into play.
Pressure on the left. Again, the ley line was good with the reference, so I think to the left half here it comes. 8 seconds.
Just having a look at some of the buttons.
5.
The flight controller and the helm there.
Anytime.
Like they're in a fighter cockpit there. It's a clear screen for the flight controller, having a fantastic view of the course area and the water ahead.
Is it true that there's something like 1,000 bits of data that the helm is seeing every second to find the optimum route?
If their eyes are open, there's plenty of data to look at. Sometimes you need to look at that, and other times you just need to look out the window. So it's very much a combination of utilising all that data and that information being presented. It's also about feeling the boat through your body as well. So it's a real combination of a lot of information being processed very, very quickly.
You make an interesting point. Some say when you get in a simulator, it's sort of real, you get all that practice, but it's not like you get it in the real thing. The real deal right now is Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. They will take their second win of the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta here in Barcelona, and they do it in style. And there'll be lots of smiles on that boat and on the shore team as well.
Stay on to board.
That's what it means. Little low fives, the whole 9 yards. Coach Philippe Presti in the middle of your screen right now.
Down here in 3, 2, 1.
An American Magic, one final drive to the bottom, and they will cross, and their perfect record is gone. 2 wins, 1 loss, but still well in the hunt for this preliminary regatta, with 1 race to go today between Orient Express Racing and Emirates Team New Zealand.
Wow, that's a shot, Glenn. Not easy in these conditions.
Definitely a little bit more work for the foil trimmers and the whole crew in general, so it'll be interesting to see how this all pans out.
Emirates Team New Zealand came out pretty much on time and distance, a little bit late, but here come from the starboard side American Magic, and then we'll see how all the helms test each other in this battle of wills.
Hard to come in from that right-hand side. We see all the spectator boats there, and we just saw the American boat having to come in pretty deep, slightly late. Breeze is quite soft. I guess the massive risk in this pre-start, manoeuvring too much, falling off the foils.
It's quite a bit of pin bias now.
Pin bias, ideally we're sort of jumping. Here we go. So just keep speed on, maybe turns down.
Both boats calling pin bias on the start line. We'll probably see them trying to lead back to win that pin end.
1 foot down. They lead. It's in the kill, putting straight up here.
Are we just about boat low? Just get through the gas and we can give them a little push down.
Let's gas there. Forward up here.
Emirates Team New Zealand perfectly positioned to really push the American boat.
They're not going to get boats, so just
struggling us.
This angle's okay for the build?
I'll be just holding high and slow here. Okay. Just keep me honest with speed. At 6 pin, 17 line. Single head.
He's just a little quicker at the moment.
Let me know if you want to give him a little push.
I think we just roll this in and then it's still be quite early for the pin, I think.
Last 30 seconds to the start of race 13.
Okay, we're going to go over 10 and then it'll be a dip start.
Yep. Got the breeze in now.
When do you want to charge?
Yes.
happy to start charging here.
American Magic, both boats looking for a dip start here, so dipping back behind the line when the gun actually goes for the start.
Hey, no issue.
Okay, rolling up here.
Might call that a delicate start to race 13, but we are a go between American Magic and Emirates Team New Zealand in race 13.
Really, really nice job by both boats there, Shirley, not giving each other an inch there off the start, and Emirates Team New Zealand having to clear their air and put the bow down and actually get the pace up now and sail the boat well.
Emirates Team New Zealand, they're so confident in their speed. They actually didn't really want to get engaged to start making it messy, and sailed a beautiful start there, and already we can see slightly faster.
Nice riding on the bow.
Let's go onto the water to chase zero. Pete, give us your thoughts on that start.
Yeah, good start by American Magic. Emirates Team New Zealand just matched them. They did get a little, when they did that last little dip, the New Zealanders were just slightly ahead in terms of the manoeuvre, and that gave them the leverage to come off the line and now tack. Now, the feature on port, as they're on now, is the seaway. They're punching straight into it, and it is a decent seaway, just over a metre.
Out of here for 10. Out of the big left in, unfortunately.
Glenn, the seaway is a lot bigger than we've seen the last few days. How difficult does that make flying the boat with the kind of accuracy that we've been looking at?
Big job for the foil trimmers today. Blair Turk talking about little lefty, unfortunately. That will actually help American Magic there. And just looking at this fantastic shot bow and bow, I've actually got American Magic with quite a solid lead here coming off the left-hand side. They obviously wanted the left, they've got it, and now they've got a good advantage.
Nice game for you guys. We've got about
I think we get 5 length
Just how much leverage we want to give him. We can't make one and then so as to just go back early.
Yeah, no, just I think picking our times. We're in a bit of a lefty, so picking a time for a righty and pressure ideally. We've got 40 seconds to sort of make that happen. We like the right, so we're happy this way. Looks like right gate favour at the top, so ideally we're leading him back the other way. It's breezing about 10. I think a pretty good time here to me.
Just push into this one, another 5.
A little bit of left.
Stand by. Down in 3, 2, 1.
Tom Sling's been talking about picking their moments. I mean, they do seem slightly nervous of just throwing the boat around, making quick manoeuvres.
You're definitely wanting to pick a nice flat spot with the water there.
Can lead him to the right gate.
Yeah, we've got enough. He's just gone above lay, so we'll be able to tack on him here.
Okay, cool.
We've got a good lead here. Nice jump.
Paul Goodison painting a fantastic picture for us there, talking about hitting Emirates Team New Zealand on the way back, so I expect to attack fairly shortly from American Magic.
Yeah, copy.
Like 5 or 6
ahead. Want to probably give a little bit of fat to the...
Yep. Just you on the lay line.
Yeah, copy. Yeah, pretty even wind direction now. Over here, stand by. Port down here in 3, 2, 1, port down. And turning.
Big confident booster, really, for the Americans. Difficult day yesterday. Broke their rudder. Come out swinging today, though.
They have done. They basically decided there just to carry on, not do the double tack. They'll be taking the right-hand turn here, and Emirates Team New Zealand a deficit to make up, Stephen.
American Magic with a strong start against the defender of the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup. They head through the top gate ahead of the defender, and this is a good bounce back for them. Emirates Team New Zealand. They will take, as they said, the left-hand mark and hit on the downwind leg.
That first shift off the start, surely, such a critical one to get right, and the Americans did it really well, and a really good gain there off the left-hand side of the racetrack.
That was all in the build-up in the pre-start. They led back. They had a game plan to be right at the pin end, to own that left-hand side at the bottom side of the course. And
pretty much on there.
Well done there.
Just looking at the virtual boundaries on the course there. the yacht's having to stay within inside those virtual borders, if you like. That is the playing field that they must play, and if they go outside that, they do get a penalty. All teams having that that information on board.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shifting the axis to 115.
American Magic sailing beautifully at the moment. We're on the first downwind leg, and they're playing a good game right now. So now the question remains, what have Emirates Team New Zealand got in their playbook?
Just a little gust here. Okay, stand by. Put down here in 3, 2, 1, put down.
We've had an inkling that American Magic has a fast boat, but we haven't really had an opportunity to really see it yet. But this must be reassuring.
They're certainly sailing the boat well, and got off the line well, doing the simple things well, and flying the boat really beautifully. So Emirates Team New Zealand have been looking out the back in their rear view mirrors for the last few races, but having a look out the front at another boat, so it'll be a new look for them.
Still more pressure, aren't we?
Just want to win the job, 120, so just probably about their gas into the ley line feet, but take it as long. Almost seeing it go a bit short, just to... Boys, nice job. And headed. Yeah. If you happy to go. Head up there, boys. Anytime.
Definitely better pressure this morning.
Take it as on the inside.
You see how bumpy the water is there as they did that jibe there. Emirates Team New Zealand as well. That lead still around that 190-metre mark, so it hasn't really changed a whole lot on this downwind, Shirley.
Just a bit. It feels like the Kiwi outfit's just slowly closing in. But in this aerial shot, you get a lovely view of just how askew the waves are. You can see them coming in from the left-hand side of the course. And last night there was a big storm, the remnants of the Mistral that they get in the south of France, bringing wind and waves.
Heading to the bottom gate for the first time, and the New York Yacht Club's American Magic in a commanding position. Has there been a slight gain? Maybe a slight gain from Emirates Team New Zealand. They go around the left-hand mark as you see it on the screen, the right hand for them. Final jibe for Emirates Team New Zealand. They will take the opposing mark and continue the chase of American Magic.
All the way quite left.
It looked like Emirates Team New Zealand lost just a bit, don't you think, Glenn, in that bottom? They went to the other mark, probably not the preferred mark. It just seemed to go on forever trying to get round it.
Yeah, they did, Shirley, and American Magic obviously coming back quite early because they've got a little lead now. They'll be wanting to really put Emirates Team New Zealand in their gas, so we'll have a listen.
Let's go on to the chase boat for American Magic. Tom Burnham is standing by. Coach, this is a nice bounce back, but also a nice performance at this point.
Yeah, so far so good. Everything's working pretty well. The guys are doing a good job, and the shore crew did a great job last night to get us back on the water today. So all in all, a good day so far.
Tom, Glenn here. Bit of a tricky decision of what front sail to put up today. Who makes the call on that?
Yeah, that's Lucas Calabrese. He's one of our backup helmsmen and in charge of the sail program. He's did a great job making a call on the J2 here today. So all looking pretty good, but it is tricky. It's pretty light at the bottom and more breeze at the top of the course. So got to pick a sail for both.
Hey, Coach, how good does it feel to be leading the defender in this race?
Yeah, of course it feels good. Yeah, Shirley, it's really great to be having a good race so far. We'll just got to finish it out and hope it ends up with a good day here.
Thanks for your time, Tom. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
If they come across here again, we probably want to protect the right and lead them.
Yeah, I think so.
Go back right. I got quite a good lead here at the moment, so it'll be just your board.
Yeah. Hey, Trav.
I think we get to open course before we do it.
Light patch here and then Gus coming on. Can you repeat the plan?
Just get to open course and it'll be your board down, but I'll let you know when.
Yeah, copy.
Always good pressures, let's hit the bear away.
Okay, I'm happy anytime from here.
Stand by, put down in 3, 2,
doing it by the numbers. It's a calm boat today. If you'd seen yesterday when they had that rudder malfunction, there was a look of disbelievement amongst the crew and also the chase boat. They have done a fine job overnight to get Patriot back up and running. And running she is away from Emirates Team New Zealand.
Actually, oh, he can't. He's marginal. Yes, let's go to a late line.
It seems like left gains at the bottom and then from the long way left again. Did you take this early, Pete?
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. 3, 2, 1. Oh, sorry.
Just having a look here, Shirley. Definitely some snakes and ladders, some puffs and lulls out there at the moment. It's tricky conditions for both teams.
Yeah, we have the wind field, but you can hear the sailors just kind of struggling to read it as well, especially as it's so wavy. Good pressure, though, as they get up this course, right at the mark.
Yeah, massive gust coming down there from the right-hand side at the top there, so American Magic will be seeing what's on the bow at the mark. If they can transition that left turn and then you know, get a good slingshot down the boundary, they'll be pretty launched.
Helm and trimmer side by side.
Okay, taking some gauge now.
Absolutely taking a different approach to every other team with their design philosophy there. I suppose they can pat each other on the back or punch each other in the head depending on the situation.
American Magic complete the halfway point of race 13 of the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta. They look smooth today.
30 seconds this way.
Down again.
And he's going to follow us.
Pressure's moderate. Nothing special here.
We just keep going until we get past open course.
Yeah.
They're really sailing the boat well, American Magic. Nice high ride height on the foils and very, very confident there. Boat looks good.
Where do you think the best breeze is?
Emirates Team New Zealand follow them around. And they will complete the halfway point of race 13. I wonder in these conditions when we're looking at the particularly American Magic whether they are in their sweet spot.
Well, I think we're hearing a bit of frustration, actually, from the defender. We heard the voice of Nathan Outridge at Port Helmsman kind of saying, help me here. I'm not really sure what's going on. I can't get into the phase. For sure, it's a difficult day, and perhaps a day that they've not seen before here in the city.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shifting the course axis to 112.
So let's go on board to chase zero. Peter, what do you make of this?
I'm impressed by American Magic, and it, I guess we've been warming to this through the regatta that this boat does look pretty quick, and they've really shown their card today. They got a beautiful start, dominated start, and they won that vital first cross. But from there, they have just stretched their lead, and they've picked their way upwind and downwind. They've led at every mark, and they're extending.
Grunting up just a click.
Well, extending they are. That lead is rocked out to some 545 metres against Emirates Team New Zealand.
But he can lay one in
It's a nice little reminder that we have got a game in this America's Cup.
It's a yacht race at the end of the day, and I think American Magic picking every shift on the course in their favour, and possibly Emirates Team New Zealand sailing into a few holes, surely, by the looks of things.
8, 7, 6.
Even to the untrained eye, you can see that American Magic is different to the others. It's smaller in a way, smaller freeboard, kept it really tight and low and near the water. There's cyclers, they face backwards, they're on encumbered bikes just to keep the platform as small as they could.
It's a really good look at what the Seasag's doing here, isn't it? It's like mini surfing going through these when you see them. It's sort of the boat waft up and down and up and down, and how much the trimmers are having to work.
Yeah, big day for the trimmers today for sure. It's not easy to sail a boat really accurately in these conditions.
Big day on the spectator boats also.
Want to take your seasick tablets possibly?
You'd like to be on those big catamarans that the Lingy Red Bull Racing have their supporters on. That looks a lot more stable. American Magic coming in to complete the 4th leg. 2 more legs to go.
It's 35 seconds this way. Pressure looks okay on the boundary.
Happy to continue this way.
Emirates Team New Zealand coming into the bottom gate with 2 legs to play in a race 13 of the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta. They're getting a little bit of a lesson today. But this is all what it's about. No one can be perfect. They decide the late jibe and head upwind, opposing American Magic. 50 seconds the delta.
83s.
There's definitely some sea state out there and some shifts as we see with the wind field when it comes down. It's tricky sailing conditions. Really exciting.
Well, let's get a thought from Ray Davies, the coach of Emirates Team New Zealand. What do you make of this one today, Ray?
Oh, well, it's yeah, all on. We obviously made an error in the pre-start and led back too late, which made an easy jump or a lead for the Americans going back, and you know, they did a good job of seizing that opportunity, and we were thin on their hip off the line, so straight away we're attacked down, and the Americans got that nice little left shift up their first beat, and we've been trying to pick up the crumbs ever since.
Taking a look at American Magic, what do you make from behind? It's a quick boat.
Yeah, we're getting a good look at their sails this race. No, they're going really well. They're joining the dots. They're sailing really well tactically up the beat, and you know, we're having to look for opportunities and having to do extra manoeuvres or potentially even go the wrong way at times to try and get a bit of a split or an opportunity. But no, look, the Americans are sailing really well.
All right, appreciate the time, Ray. Let you get back to it.
Probably want to step up once we get
on that downwind leg.
Yes, I think.
American Magic made up 15 seconds.
Correct.
Yep. That's about 25 away.
Yeah, that's a big gain. It's a huge gain. You can see the sea state there. It's really tricky sailing conditions, and
trending left here. Just try and line it
both
up.
teams working hard to sail smoothly, that's for sure.
Let's go to Chase Zero, our hydrogen chase boat. Pete, what are you seeing at the moment?
Well, it's all American Magic. They're certainly putting on a performance, and this rings a bell in my head when we think back to the America's Cup in Auckland in 2021, and it was American Magic in the Christmas Regatta that took a point of Emirates Team New Zealand, and it's going to be a replay in this one, barring an accident. American Magic are really putting down a good marker.
Softer this way, definitely pressure right. It doesn't matter if you go on him here.
Yes, you want?
Yep, stand by. Put down in 2.
Americans talking 2 in and right. Obviously seeing a bit of pressure out the right-hand side of the course there. Got some pretty expert eyeballs on board that boat. Experts at reading the water and reading the breeze, and they won't be missing anything with their shoulders pinned back for sure today.
You know, even to the untrained eye, that sea state, as you said, Shirley, looks confused.
Don't look at it too much, Stephen. You'll be okay.
What are you saying?
You can't get seasick from watching it, mate. You'll be right.
Oh, no. Have you seen me on a boat?
I'm enjoying the comms today between Tom Slingsby and Paul Goodison. I think some of the other days they've had reliability issues. It's not been quite as smooth between the two of them, but we're hearing a lot of Paul's voice, painting the picture really well, sharing the decision making. There they are. Tom Slingsby on the left, Paul Goodison on the right. Mike Manager trimming on the left, and Andrew Campbell chewing the gum.
American Magic for the final time at the top mark today.
Okay, slowly coming down.
And this has been a sweet sail for them. And this will give them enormous confidence once they complete the race, having just reminded the defender what they are potentially up against. Remember that they are one of 5 challengers wanting to be the official challenger. But to do that, you've got to win the Louis Vuitton Cup, which starts in 4 days here off the coast of Barcelona.
Yeah, I've got the pressure to the boundary. 25 seconds, we can get solid into open course this way.
He's still not around the windward mark yet, but it looks like he's going to be left turn following. I know he tacks, happy to drive here anytime.
Emirates Team New Zealand. You hear Paul Goodison say they're going to go left turn. Well, no, they decide to go right turn, Emirates Team New Zealand. Picked up some pace. Delta now down to 36. But you heard Ray Davies, the coach, say, mistake in the start.
Yeah, those starts just so critical. Emirates Team New Zealand now just trying to join some dots together themselves on this downwind leg. Just, you know, pressure absolutely king in these boats, and a knotted increase in speed, and you get a few knots of boat speed, so they'll be looking for everything here to try and make up some ground here.
Those starts, Stephen, are actually a mathematical formula. You know, the time to burn, how far away you are from the line, the speed you're going, the angle, and they just got it wrong. And we heard Ray Davies saying that slightly out. They didn't lead back on that left-hand side early enough.
Slowly down, take it forward a touch as well.
Lots of trimming today, so the cyclists, you know, putting the power through their legs into the cranks, then into the hydraulic pumps that are connected to those cranks, and that hydraulic oil is then distributed around the boat to basically power all the systems above deck, all the sails, the mast rotation, foot outhauls. You see the mast rotation there, cranked around on American Magic, the Traveller moving, huge camber being used in those twin skin mainsails here in these light bumpy conditions, a lot deeper, twistier setups than we see in the flat water conditions in the same breeze.
I mean, the power requirement, when it is, you know, when the wind is up and down and wavy like this, must be off the scale.
Massive day for the guys on the pedals today, and I'm sure if we go on board, you'll be hearing some heavy breathing.
Bit of a speed difference here, but there is big wind, you know, holes, isn't there?
More sheet on the jib, please. A lot lighter, the breeze here. Big patch here, he's made a big gain. Also 1 and in left, so it's 1 and in left for us, guys. Yep.
Just straight through the finish here, yeah?
Yep. Yeah, 1 job.
That's right, Mark. Okay, bottom right is favoured by 10.
Yep. Okay.
Emirates Team New Zealand have done a good job
a little further
to close the gap on this run, to join up the pockets of wind.
American Magic coming down to the finish of race number 13. They will record win number 3, but most importantly, their confidence will go through the roof, and they get the win off the coast of Barcelona. Yeah, little fist bumps everywhere. Don't leave me hanging, Terry.
Just punch through.
They know they've done a good job. They've done a very good job today. And Emirates Team New Zealand to the defender, just reminded those little moments can be costly, and they record their first loss in the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta.
That's a big scalp to claim, the American Magic team, taking down the current defenders of AC37. They'll be pretty happy with that.
So 2 minutes and 52 seconds to race start of number 14 in this Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta. And I wonder if particularly the likes of Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli had a look at that last result and went, oh, okay.
Potentially a couple of raised eyebrows, but racing is racing. Very shifty and puffy out there, so any of these teams that we've seen can take a race win. So all-important race for Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli here.
A little bit more breeze.
The final as well.
Land we're seeing, yeah, over 12 knots. Good to go.
Absolutely not far off entry here, Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli.
So they have port entries. You can see the Italian flag. They've got to be in by no sooner than 2 minutes and 10. They'll come in a tiny bit late, but the Silver Bullet will just get in there, and they'll start their mini dance with Alinghi Red Bull Racing, who can't come in inside the 2 minute marker. They'll come in just a little bit under, and here we go.
Transition, not too board. Yeah, of time. 1:15. 40 to the boundary. They're going quite low. They're on the committee line. By one board. Also repeat. 1:05. Committee line for us by attack here.
We've seen a confidence from Alinghi Red Bull Racing in the pre-start. I don't expect them to be intimidated by Jimmy Spittle.
They're going to be throwing the bell and the kitchen sink at these guys. Interesting to see what they do.
Luna Rossa heading deep into the box, inside the ley lines.
Those red tram lines there, for those not into match racing, basically you want to stay inside that corridor. If you're outside that corridor, you risk getting locked out or missing the start.
Alinghi Red Bull Racing choosing not to engage. For them now, it's all about timing, when to get your foot on the gas and go for it.
Yep, they'll be looking to do a really big high-speed build here. Watch the speed increase as they come in to put the pressure on Alinghi. Luna Rossa Red Bull Racing. 33 knots.
Rush. Okay, 2-1 bottom.
Both boats still a little early.
Heavy push.
Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli having to defend here. Big speed difference there. 8 knots of boat speed.
Alinghi pushing.
Okay, Mike, protest. Come up.
You're in trouble. 4. Having attack 4. Start on it.
Magnificent job there, Stephen.
Wow, what a start by Alinghi Red Bull Racing. They've forced the issue on Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. They'll have to go back over the line and restart.
Restart penalty, Italy.
Great job, Alinghi Red Bull Racing, to start race number 14.
That is a huge pre-start scalp.
Italy still has restart penalty.
Oh, and they've got to go back even further. A massive mistake there from Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. They will be filthy with themselves for letting them get into that situation.
Maybe we saw this coming when we saw Alinghi Red Bull Racing against Emirates Team New Zealand yesterday, and the way they dialed up against them.
Surprised by Luna Rossa, weren't you? They were sitting ducks there, just, you know, too much time to kill, and Alinghi just pushed and pushed.
Just 2 down speed, and we talked about that big speed differential. Alinghi Red Bull Racing just 8-9 knots faster, and doing a really good job there to put Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli on the back foot, and they have a massive deficit after a minute of sailing. They are 520 metres behind, so a huge job here to catch up to Alinghi Red Bull Racing.
Alinghi Red Bull Racing half a kilometre ahead, and we're not even round at Mar 1. If you are them, you just need to calm it down, concentrate on performance.
Let's go to chase 0 and Peter Lester. How about that for a start?
That had me on the edge of my seat. That was a fantastic start by Alinghi Red Bull Racing, and it just showed how powerful it can be if you get a boat really high, lots of speed, big push, and then Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli were a bit of a sitting duck, and even with, 10, 15 seconds to go, Jimmy Spittle said, oh, we're in trouble here, and they are in trouble. The other thing that's really noticeable is looking upwind, it's quite easy to see the wind on the water. Looking downwind, we're at the top mark, really hard to see the different gradient wind on the water just because of the colour differential.
Well, our team on the water, Stephen, thinks Italy may have had troubles with the starboard board, and we can definitely dive deep into that when we speak to Jimmy at the end of the race.
Well, we've been talking about, you know, if you want to be in this game, you've got to be reliable across the board. So part of the game, and they've suffered again. Let's take a look at that start again. That was an absolute ripper.
Just having a look at the virtual here, you see the boundaries of both boats overlapping there, so definite penalty there to Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli, and then coming back to restart and then actually not restarting correctly, so a double unforced error, if you like.
They have that on a screen, so they should be able to see when it goes from red to green, so a bit of an error there for Luna Rossa.
This is a good test for Luna Rossa, Alinghi Red Bull Racing now. Right, now you've got the lead, but you hold the lead, right?
You pin the ears back and you send it. That's exactly what they'll be doing. They'll be just wanting to sail the boat cleanly from here, pick up those shifts, the puffs and the lulls, join the dot to dot. They'll be really looking to sail a clean tactical race from here to just stay in front of their opponents all the way through to the finish here.
The final day of this Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta, and two of the big dogs might be dunked in the water.
Well, as we've seen in the past, anything can happen at any particular time. So really, really great shots here. Looking down aboard Alinghi Red Bull Racing. The cycling team there of Augustin Malafa, Florian Trube, Paul Jacot and Arthur Survey. They will be absolutely balls to the wall, so to speak, putting a huge amount of power into those pumps. Very wavy conditions there, so fantastic to see them really commanding some authority in this race.
Alinghi Red Bull Racing heading to the top gate for the first time in a strong position. Absolutely dealt to Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli at the start. Now they have to take advantage of it as they head around and go downwind on the second leg.
Oh, a little wobbly rounding there. There would have been a little bit of ring pucker there from the guys. I saw that rudder get a bit close to the surface. I was like, oh, here we go, but they managed to keep it under control. Not easy in these wavy conditions to keep the boat sailing smooth. And
Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli.
Slowly down.
They get around the top gate for the first time and start the chase again downwind, and we know this is a quick boat.
Watching the flex of the rudder there as the boys bore the boat away. The structure's all working hard here, particularly in these waves, and not easy to sail in these conditions, but both teams doing a solid job.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shortening the course to 1.8 nautical miles and shifting the axis to 120.
Got to say, when you look at that shot with the Barcelona at the top of your screen, or whatever size your screen is around the world, it is a magical venue for AC75 sailing.
It's great to have the wind field, isn't it? We can see what Alinghi Red Bull Racing are about to sail into, and they'll be happy to see that breeze on the water and just try and extend.
Yeah, look at it. They're just getting sailing into the back of that pressure, and they will get carted down the course. You'll be able to see the angle change there as they get into that pressure compared to Alinghi Red Bull Racing. And yeah, wonderful images there from Capgemini of actually being able to see what Mother Nature is providing these boats as the power source.
It's interesting today. We're all a little bit concerned about the sea state and how all the teams would handle it, but they're handling it pretty well.
You'd much rather be on an AC75 than out there in a pleasure craft today. Super smooth on a foiling boat if you're sailing and foiling well, and the old displacement boats rattle your teeth out trying to keep up with these boats on a day like today.
It's a big day though for the kit, isn't it? I mean, is there an element, Glenn, of sort of trying to look after stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. All these teams, really having to look after their assets as they go forwards, but at the same time, they're out there racing. Oh, that's...
Oh, hang on!
Oh, no! Alinghi Red Bull Racing, massive mistake there. Don't know if there's a boat issue here.
What has gone on leading the race?
Big trim, guys.
Luna Rossa absolutely hunting them down. They will blow round the front of Alinghi Red Bull Racing here if they can't get the boat up to speed quickly.
Don't worry.
And they're gone around the bow there. Oh, disaster for Alinghi Red Bull Racing. They need to get the boat wound up again. Big job for the cycles here.
Critical moment in race number 14. You wouldn't believe it. All the pressure on Alinghi Red Bull Racing.
This is the umpires. Penalty Italy. Penalty Italy.
Just watching this here. Oh, just lost the rudder too high on the foils and down you go. Talk about testing structures, Shirley. This is testing one right here. Bang, down she comes. And now we're seeing, I think, a penalty on Luna Rossa Prata Pirelli for potentially not keeping clear as they overtook Alinghi Red Bull Racing. So interesting to see what we see here coming up.
Luna Rossa still has that penalty, a windward lured penalty, as you say, getting way too close.
Towards him, and we can do a U for left, maybe. Coming. Just an idea. Let's give it a try.
Yep, washing that 75-metre distance off. It's a get behind 75-metre distance here from Luna Rossa Prata Pirelli.
Oh my goodness! You think you've got them and then you get done. This is really game on in race 14. So Alinghi Red Bull Racing, despite that stuff, get back into the lead. And they're around the bottom mark and both heading upwind. Wow.
You got 50 metres. Happy with positive here. On the way. Penalty clear. Coming up. Penalty clear. All good shape. 35 target. Up if you want. Just 1 second, guys. Shut up. Okay. Get on target. And we're on the left team phase. All good, boys. Very good pressure here. That is good. And by check when you're ready. 2, 1.
Interesting, this next cross.
Tango.
Shirley coming up.
Building 6.
What a race.
Hello, what do you mean? After no bite.
Wow, you can just see how puffy and complicated this racetrack is. Look at the wind field.
The big puffs and lulls. Looks like Alinghi getting a nice one out there on the left-hand side.
Behind, we are in the game. A little righty coming too. A good righty for us. He may back on us. You keep the speed for the tackle. Get it now. Not slower. Happy to keep it fast. No. Not pressing. Speed is coming.
Huge pressure differential there across the course. So this is the replay of the penalty from Luna Rossa Prata Pirelli, Shirley, and those electronic boundaries, oh, they must have only just crossed over there, but Luna Rossa Prata Pirelli didn't need to be that close. This is Alinghi's view out the window. Oh, there you go. Clean your goggles.
And although there was no contact, there is essentially a virtual bubble around the boats here. We see it now. And if those bubbles cross, like they did right there, then that is way too close. And the penalty went to Luna Rossa.
This is the race committee. We are moving the leeward gate, shortening the course to 1.6 nautical miles.
We've got the live wind on the bottom of the screen there. Just going down, isn't it? We're seeing 8 knots now, just forecast to drop as the day progresses.
Similar, maybe it's tiny going to us. Yeah. Come up and click if you want. Yep, coming. Keep rumbling, boys. Good mod, Andre. Happy with 0 here. A little game for us, potential.
Right of way boat, Alinghi Red Bull Racing on starboard. Luna Rossa must keep clear. This is such a tight cross.
That was a cracker of attack there. Alinghi Red Bull Racing leaving it really late and putting Luna Rossa under a lot of pressure.
There is no room for error if you pull off a manoeuvre like that, is there?
That was an absolute beauty.
We are seeing what potentially could be the start of a very big summer here in Barcelona. If we're going to have these boats going at it like this, cannot wait. cannot wait. We're 4 days away from the Louis Vuitton Cup, the Challenger Selection Series.
Neck and neck between Luna Rossa and Alinghi. Nothing in it.
Taking back.
Be nice to see a little replay of that last cross at some point of the proceedings. And you see Alinghi Red Bull Racing just saying, stand by, cop some roost straight out the back of that rear tyre. Clean your goggles, Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli, and away you go.
This is nice. We've talked about the word aggressive earlier in the piece here today, but this is a nice aggressive showing from Alinghi Red Bull Racing.
There's an accuracy to the way they're sailing, and you're right, they're confident and aggressive. It's impressive.
I've actually got gain to Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli here just in the last sort of 30 seconds, so stand by for the intersection coming into the top.
So despite all that, Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli have made the gain to the top gate.
3, 2, 1, 4 down.
They're going to take the right-hand mark as they set, left-hand mark as you set on whatever screen you're watching. 2 boards down just to make it nice and safe and heading down. So they've got their nose in front now of Alinghi Red Bull Racing.
Not super windy below us, pass well, technical pressure in front. Nice pressure.
Boat handling just so critical in these conditions, and I think Alinghi Red Bull Racing had a little wobble there just coming into the top half of the course, and a bad tack and left the door open for Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli to retake the lead. And interesting to see the 2 boats sailing downwind here into the coming pressure.
Let's go onto the chase boat for Alinghi Red Bull Racing. Pedro Cervello joins us right now. Cracking start. This is not over yet, Pedro. You must be on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, here on the chase we are all, or as you say, on the edge. Very emotional here, but yeah, we see in the last couple of days great job of the guys pushing the stars, and I think it's amazing what we are seeing. This is a real match race, and it's not easy to sail in this wave condition under pressure like that. So let's keep enjoying the show.
Pedro, it's Glenn here, mate. You've obviously done a lot of sailing with Jimmy. You obviously know his strengths and weaknesses as well as Francesco's, and you've obviously passed on a little bit of that information to the boys, so well done, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. That's you know, the good side of it.
Nice, mate.
Most importantly, Pedro, though, we're 4 days out from the Louis Vuitton Cup. This is the sort of performance that can really lift spirits going forward.
Yes, I mean, we are for sure raising our level every day, and yeah, we'll have a break in the next days to really sum up and be ready on Thursday.
Thanks, Pedro. Enjoy the rest of this one.
Thanks, guys.
Pietro Cervello, of course, was the main sheet on Luna Rossa last time around. He knows Jimmy Spittle and Francesco Bruni inside out.
One of the nicest guys in the sport, Pietro Cervello, joined by a super team on and off the water. Looking at the VMG numbers here coming downwind.
He goes, we let him go now.
Pretty nice little gain there back to Alinghi Red Bull Racing.
Copy.
A really good VMG there to Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. So snakes and ladders as the boat surf the swell.
Coming up and by for lay. Anytime.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, lengthening the course to 1.7 nautical miles.
Let's go to chase zero. Peter, there's been a lot going on. What do you make of it? What happened up heading to that top mark with the Alinghi Red Bull Racing?
Well, when they came around the top mark, I was really impressed by Luna Rossa. They got out. They got a nice little wind shift and probably more pressure as they approached the top mark for the second time and jumped into the lead. But what a great fight. And Alinghi Red Bull Racing, I think, have done a great job. Just unfortunately, they got a bit tied up at the bottom.
Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli at the bottom gate. Heading up now, 2 more legs to go. Close, close, close.
Is actually average here, so it's not bad.
And Alinghi Red Bull Racing, not done with yet.
The split here, quite interesting. You see how puffy and shifty it is, Shirley, looking up the course, like trying to link all those dots together. Really, really tricky, and a big split now, so we're going to see some wobbles to both sides of the course.
Not just changes in pressure, but also in direction. And we've had the biggest lefty, we heard it on the comms from Luna Rossa, the biggest lefty of the day. So there's a lot going on.
Onto the chase boat of Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli. Philippe Presti joins us now live. This has had everything, this race, Philippe, but you must be comfortable at this point, are we, that you're marginally in the lead?
You're never comfortable in this sea state and shifty breeze. Today the sea state is very, very challenging. You saw Alinghi Racing did a wipe up in one of the drive, and we had trouble with the pre-start, keeping the slow mode. So everything can happen still, but yeah, so far so good.
Philippe, have you trained in this before? Is this new for all the teams, today's conditions?
No, we've been trained before, but since July we had a lot of sea breeze from the south, quite flatty, and it's been a while we haven't done these big waves. But yeah, it's fun, it's super challenging, and anything can happen in these conditions.
That's what we love. Fun and super challenging. I'm going to remember that, Philippe. Thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
Okay. Forward on the right.
Okay, we're going to attack pretty soon here, guys. Very good pressure. Stand by. In 3, 2, 1.
Light patch. Take windward in.
Pressure.
A good tip.
Pressure's coming from the right.
Coming back, yeah.
Righty.
Roll piano con sto Cunningham fiocco.
-1 is good. Missing a bit of speed here if you want to press.
That's waiting for this path. Here it comes.
Okay, stand by, boys. You 2, 1.
So we'll see Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli with that lead that's sitting just under 200 metres against Alinghi Red Bull Racing. And if you have a very short memory, you'll remember they stuffed that boat and got back up, and Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli went past but got done for a too close pass. Had to get behind, but they have found a way to get past Alinghi Red Bull Racing.
Nice defending by Luna Rossa, just tacked in control, but not aggressively, not forcing the other boat to have to tack straight away, and just leading them over to that right-hand side of the track, which they seem to prefer.
Yeah, sort of just a loose cover there, really, Shirley, not really slamming the door shut, but just picking their moment with the puffs and the lulls. These days it's difficult to know when exactly to tack. Do you take the shift? Do you take the puff? Do you sail another 50 metres into some better breeze? So a bit of a dance here of defending against your opponent, but also sailing the course as well.
It's so easy if you're the boat behind to get completely out of phase. Things just go from bad to worse. But Alinghi doing a great job of keeping it tight.
Punish him on the way back.
Okay.
The voice of Jimmy Spittle. Punish them on the way back.
No surrender, no mercy.
stand past the line and touch.
Come on, anytime. 2, 1.
Get the impression that Jimmy Spittle is fired up after this race. They've got control of it back after the stuff by Alinghi Red Bull Racing.
Nice straight here.
Luna Rossa Parada Pirelli for the final time at the top gate. Still being hunted down by Alinghi Red Bull Race. But you heard him say it. Let's punish them on the way back.
And catch.
Alinghi Red Bull Racing take the other mark and head down to the finish line.
Still plenty of opportunities here, as we saw before. Only one little wobble needed for a lead change, and it's shifty enough and puffy enough today that there is opportunities to make some gains.
This is the race committee. We are moving the finish line, shortening the leg to 1.5 nautical miles.
And to the boundary.
Breeze just dropping there a little bit. Course change shorter due to the slightly lighter wind from Alan Roberts and Ian Murray in race control.
One and bottom.
We're seeing a huge amount of traveller adjustment and a lot of panting from the cyclers.
They will be absolutely on the rev limiter, those boys. You hear them working hard, and because the apparent wind is just shifting around so much with the swell, the boat's accelerating, apparent moving forward, boat slowing down, climbing the hill of the wave in front because you're overtaking the waves. You see how much the sail plan's moving around, and that apparent will be shifting a lot. You have to steer, but you also have to trim the sail plan, and basically the guys providing the power to move those huge sails on the AC75 are other cyclists. They're basically providing the power for the pumps.
2, 1, board down. And nice grip.
Fantastic shot there, Luna Rossa Parada Pirelli.
Nice wave here.
Both sides of the boat.
Almost laying, okay.
Working in unison there. Definite team effort to sail these boats well for sure.
Bit on the slow side, so get up, maybe a bit the numbers up.
I think it's up.
Overreading a bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Flight controller in the forward position. Big job for those guys today to keep the foils in the water, but high enough in the water that they're not picking up too much drag by flying the boat too low. So really threading the eye of the needle with their ride height. Very, very difficult to pick a good average. Looking forwards, scanning the water, and really, really anticipating what they're sailing into. Obviously got a lot of numbers, but also going a lot by feel as well.
Good pressure.
We hear a lot of comms about mode changes and coordinating that between the four of you. It's pretty hard to get that in sync.
I'm getting a little lift, a little slide here, trying to hook up again. Big lift, it feels like, or line. Try and build for the jibe. 3. Anytime. I'm coming down.
Luna Rossa Parada Pirelli, one of the big guns in the America's Cup, and they've come back from a poor start, a penalty. They've come home to win race number 14 and put themselves in the final of the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta. Well, they will face up to Emirates Team New Zealand.
I think we go on the usual corner. Yeah. We're going 2 boards, will we?
Yeah, right.
There is no denying that Alinghi Red Bull Racing, this team, are improving their tactical game big time, as you saw at the start. And they will finish this preliminary regatta with a lot of confidence going into the Louis Vuitton Cup in 4 days. They will cross the line behind Luna Rossa Parada Pirelli but they won't feel too bad. There's a long way to go.
Nice one. Good push on the bike, guys. Really good job.
We are live for the final of the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta off the coast of Barcelona. And you couldn't ask for two bigger teams to go head-to-head. The defender of the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup, Emirates Team New Zealand, and the team they faced in the 36th match, Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli.
Potential advantage to Luna Rossa. They've already done a race. They know the track inside out.
Emirates Team New Zealand coming up after suffering their first loss of the regatta against Team USA, both with 4-1 records.
In the start box.
In they come, the defender. And from the right-hand side, the starboard side, here comes Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. Hold on to these seats on this one.
Coming down, boys.
Tidy entries from both boats.
Normal downwind goes. More coming in.
Very high slip.
50
down now.
They're quite low.
It could be low on committee layout.
Yeah, see, we could be on a sec to windward, okay?
Fade him down.
Probably going to switch up from there.
Crossing in front.
Oh, you can go.
45 for the boat.
Nice and smooth.
No worries.
Oh, I've almost got
just you and the
really
wall.
close intersection of the diamonds there.
Combine 2.
He hasn't got speed attack, so just keep stretching.
No worries. Combine 2.
You're in the middle of the train tracks here. 22 for the pin.
Everything here.
New Zealand put the flag up. They've asked for the jury to have a look at that incident.
16 for the pin.
The moment is out in the line.
This is the umpires. Penalty Italy. Penalty Italy.
There we go. I thought those diamonds were close. Penalty for the Italians there.
No slower than that, please.
More in a high mode after the start.
Or an early tack. The right
Speed's
is good.
increasing as we go. Just watch that charge at you here, Pete.
Hey, stand by for a bear away here.
Coming soon.
Hey, bearing away.
Got a 1 if you want it, Pete.
Need our guys, don't dump the jib too early.
Both teams really reluctant to manoeuvre too much.
The pin's now open.
Raec is looking good.
It's going to be attack on the
Luna Rossa
horn for
building
the start,
pace.
okay, fellas? Full speed here. Hey, slowly turning right here.
Looks good to boundary for me.
Hey, turning right.
Engine attack on the go.
Yeah. One, and board's going.
Got him now.
It's on. The final of the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta 2024 in Barcelona.
I'm on it.
That's the angle. Hey, he's tacked. Get your speed for...
I'm showing it to numbers.
He's not setting his proper call, so we should be...
There's a bit of reason. 15. I don't think it's attack bent yet. Yeah, 3.
Luna Rossa discussing how they're going to shake that penalty off.
Yeah, having to lose 75 metres for that infringement in the pre-start.
Yeah, they've gone, so we hit right. Left in, buttons.
Right, we are go.
2, 1. Lightly fast build. And button.
They're still building to leeward. What are your thoughts when we go back here? Just breathing to leeward.
Hey, stand by.
My eyes.
Just have a quick
go a little further here.
look at the replay of the start here, just if we can.
They're going now.
You look at, so the imaginary diamonds here on the boat, you cannot get too close with the foils, and only probably 2 metres from tip to tip there of the foils, which is way too close there. So Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli copping a penalty for not keeping clear. Just having a look at here with the actual diamonds of what the umpires see, and intersection there, just over, there you go. Doesn't have to be much, but it's enough.
There is no grey area
It's like the tennis, the ball's either in or out with Hawkeye, and that's exactly the technology we have here as well.
Let's go on to the Water Chase Zero. Peter Lester, give us your thoughts, buddy.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting, and it was a close call. But the other thing that I was interested in is when Luna Rossa actually tacked on the line, Emirates Team New Zealand came and got in sync with them. That forced Luna Rossa to give away extra distance to Leeward to get that 75 metres. That was good, clear thinking by Burling and Etheridge.
So, first up win beat for both these yachts in the Preliminary Regatta final. Currently the lead held by the defender of the America's Cup, Emirates Team New Zealand.
Don't go yet. They're still holding on like a high, slow motion.
Stand by.
Good mode, too.
That's pressure now on the lay.
Are they going?
Just a beautiful shot of how we get those aerial shots. There's one of our helis hovering around like a little bee.
There it is. Shift there.
Although those choppers look real close to the boats, they're actually well and truly above them, 500 feet minimum. The roost off the choppers well and truly above the rig height of the boats and not affecting their wind in any way.
It's a pretty talented pilot, that's for sure.
Wouldn't mind swapping out the commentary role for having a go on one of those choppers, but I think the camera shots would be too good if I was up there.
Also 105, so it should be a little game.
Little right.
Emirates Team New Zealand on a great run to this top gate for the first time.
Oh well.
Maybe.
Outbound. Going on 5. Position.
Go for it.
I think a slow turn.
Top mark entry for the first time, and it'll be advantage Emirates Team New Zealand in the final of the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta. But you never know what happens today because we have seen it all. Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli recovering from that start box penalty.
Getting better now. Good punt on the rounding position.
And rounding that right-hand mark.
Not a whole lot in this. Only one little wobble as we've seen in the past, and Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli will be right up the exhaust pipe of Emirates Team New Zealand. Not easy conditions to sail these boats, and you can see the puffs and lulls. 38, 39 knots of boat speed, 40 knots of boat speed in what is really, really light, bumpy conditions. So boats absolutely gobbling up this downwind at pace and having to jibe off the boundary shortly.
On to Chase Zero, Peter.
Just in terms of the conditions, Glenn, one for you. Do you go up a jib size with it being so choppy and a bit funky, as opposed if it was steady conditions?
Yeah, good question, Pete. I think certainly the bumpier water puts you onto a slightly more powered up setting, so you will be in range, but you'll be wanting to be in the more powered up range, which is using the bigger jibs. So all jibs having a crossover, you definitely want to be making sure that you're erring on the side of being powered up, not underpowered in these conditions. Absolutely, with the bumpy water.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, lengthening the course to 1.5 nautical miles and shifting the axis to 100.
Well, the wind has trended left all day. I think we started on like 130 or something, and now we're at 100. So tough day for the race management team.
Even good. They're turning this cadence. Difficult here.
Just showing the predicted course there on the Capgemini wind field. Both boats there getting a little bit of a wind. There's definitely shifts there.
What are you liking? I think it's okay to go back.
The simulator not saying double jibe at this point in time.
You guys reassessed it.
We've seen a lot of unforced errors today, Glenn, haven't we? And really, perhaps it just demonstrates how tough it is to be super accurate in this kind of bump.
Yeah, no autopilots flying the boats on the 75s. On the 40, yes, but on the 75s, all manually controlled. So flight controllers doing a really great job pushing the boundaries, not getting too high, not getting too low, getting it just right.
Just a quiet reminder that we have the Unicredit Youth America's Cup coming up in this regatta. Also the ROCHE Women's America's Cup is going to be a busy time here in the summer of Barcelona. Emirates Team New Zealand, bottom mark. First time with the lead on Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli in the final.
Probably got to go a bit just to clear air.
Nice clean routing there. Emirates Team New Zealand. No skids, one board.
Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli finally getting around. Let's take a look at the delta, 16 seconds, nothing in it. Let's go on board the chase boat for Emirates Team New Zealand. Ray Davies, strongest start, solid performance so far, Ray.
Yeah, great start there. Obviously a little port starboard incident. Those diamonds stuck out a little bit further than Luna Rossa thought there, obviously, and just clipped. And yeah, look, tough conditions and like crossover between these sails and some big holes in the breeze out here, so anything could happen yet for sure.
All right, thanks for your time, mate.
Just a little rider now with good left face.
Luna Rossa had a good run. They have closed that gap, nearly half the distance that we saw at its worst.
30 knots target.
It's not over.
Far from over in these conditions. Just see how much the boat's moving around there vertically in heave, going over the swells. Quite a confused sea state here in Barcelona at times, with the reverberation of waves coming off the land, off rock walls, 2 or 3 different swell angles coming in all together. So really, really tricky. You can get like a double up or even a triple up of waves at times. So really, really tricky conditions. To have really good vision to see what's coming down the course here and react to it and anticipate.
And as we've said before, this is treacherous for the cyclists. This sort of state, isn't it? This is where they really have to go for it. More so than ever, and they're always going for it, Glenn.
Yeah, they're not sitting there watching the bubbles go by. That's for sure. These guys, they love the dark space, and that's the world of hurt that they're in at the moment, in their happy place.
Good cadence.
That one feels like a better build.
More wind to come, 2 and 5. It should be a game for us, I think. Keep it steady. Keep building 30s. They're knocking now.
You can hear the cyclos
Not
there.
too slow. They've just come back.
Watching the pump pressures on the hydraulic system.
I think so.
10. Out of front, okay. What do you think? That's good, that's good. 1, 4 down.
Just need better comms on that.
You would not want to be one of those guys for quids.
Good positioning there.
Absolutely.
That's breeze for me on the boundary.
Pushing hard there. Huge gear changes there in these conditions with the rigs. That's just massive clue movements.
Just whether you go in 10 or whether you go with now.
Subtle gain for Luna Rossa on this upward leg. Subtle gain.
They're just chipping away. Emirates Team New Zealand clearly tacking over there to just stay in touch. Just see how much camber change there is in the front sail and the mainsail there as they enter and then exit the tacks. Huge camber changes as they power up. It's like putting the flaps down on an aircraft, taking off, exiting, more power as the boat accelerates, the reduction in power and drag, and cleaning up the aero package for maximum performance.
The teams all knew that Barcelona could deliver a sea state like this. Now, how important was that in all the design decisions?
Short one for them.
Yeah, absolutely all the teams needing to sort of cross that AP setup, that all-purpose setup. You can't be just good in light, you can't be just good in strong winds. They've got to cover flat water, bumpy water, and they have to basically decide their configuration before they actually sail the regatta. So it's really a tricky one for the designers, but you've got to be a jack of all trades and a master of all in these boats.
Emirates Team New Zealand being hunted by Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli in this Louis Vuitton preliminary final here off the coast of Barcelona. One full tack to get to that top mark. they're pretty much holding, and I say pretty much holding around a 170 to 200 metre gain on Luna Rossa, Prada, Pirelli, and they'll go around that top gate and head down, try and put the foot on the pedal.
You can hear the cocks of the cyclors there just dictating to the rest of the crew what they need to do and what the upcoming manoeuvre is, so they put in where they need to and be in the right gear.
Luna Rossa, Prada, Pirelli following suit. Same mark, follow the leader, but they want some speed. Let's go on board Chase Zero. Pete, what do you got, man?
Yeah, it looks really close still, and this could come down to just one touchdown. Emirates Team New Zealand just jibed, and it wasn't a great jibe by the New Zealanders to Louis. Luna Rossa have ripped a nice one to windward. This will be close at the bottom mark. Certainly Luna Rossa have made a nice gain at the stop mark.
Good job, boys.
So the dance is still on in this Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta. Let's go on board the chase boat for Luna Rossa, Prada, Pirelli. Philippe Presti. Boy, you just can't get some luck today, can you? That penalty in the start box is a little bit of a killer, but you're gaining. There's a sense of gain here.
Yeah, well, penalty is penalty. We're on port and we are too close, so you can discuss it. But I mean, the penalty is there. It's quite unfortunate because we had the great position to kill the start. Yeah, anyway, it's good to make mistake now, not in October.
Yeah, well, that's a fair play, but the encouraging thing is you're in the final of the prelim now. The goal is now the Louis Vuitton Cup.
Yeah, for sure. We want to finish this race because I think we still have a full lap to go, and we've got a good pace. And as I said before, it's still very tricky condition with waves, and so yeah, we might have another shot.
Thanks, Philippe.
On average, there is more pressure right.
Yeah. Never give up, never surrender.
Have to check which gate at the bottom.
It's not over till it's over.
It was a huge gain on the last one.
You got another pressure? Yep.
Think any time here, guys.
That lead just sitting there at that 160 mark, 170. It's been pretty even since the top. So both boats, little snakes and ladders with us as well, Shirley. Just a few little surfing opportunities on the downwind there when you link a couple together.
Very even speeds. I mean, also this is about discovering, isn't it, your performance profile relative to the defender.
Correct. Both teams, not just on the water, but back indoors, will be crunching some pretty serious numbers here, looking at the data coming off, and it's the first time they really get to see actual numbers coming off the opposition. So the TV broadcast can often open a few doors that haven't previously been seen before.
Can we take that down? Third and 30, marker in 30. Make them do the extra manoeuvre, right?
Yeah, happy with that. Has to be the sod.
So happy in 5. And 2.
Bit of wave.
1, yeah, over.
Put down.
Not quite 5. Okay, then.
It's a little wave, guys. Oh, good, just fast.
They've got a side. Coming.
Down, or they'll split.
Emirates Team New Zealand at the bottom mark. For the second to last time. The next time they will be down here, it'll be either in front of Luna Rossa or behind Luna Rossa. They go around that right-hand mark for the ahead of Luna Rossa, but they are closing.
Yeah, big gain to Luna Rossa there. Emirates Team New Zealand really sort of overlaying that bottom left turn. So quite a big gain to Luna Rossa, and they basically attack straight away around the mark. So they've gone for the split straight away, and certainly in the game for this race for sure.
It's a 13-second gain just in that rounding.
2, 1, and 4.
Really difficult manoeuvre around the mark for Luna Rossa, and then tacking Emirates Team New Zealand, hoping to pull this off. Just having a look at Luna Rossa here, Shirley, as we go around. Oh, really tricky manoeuvre there, and just got away with it. That was potentially pretty loose, but they just got away with it and managed to get the power down on the starboard tack. They're heading left.
But just take a look at the distance now.
Not let them get to the right of us and then.
Upwind leg for the last time, and who's getting the big gain?
I think we're one of the bow peak. What do you reckon?
Big speed down is, yeah, really strong. We'll be really strong for a lee bow. They're building quite thin. It's almost bow level, I'll call it here, Pete.
Decision time here for Luna Rossa Prata Pirelli. Emirates Team New Zealand in the right of way.
My wheel's only a little bit. I have him. No, normal mode. Potential. No, not step by tack.
Just keep building it.
Beautifully executed and positioned.
That is absolute classic match racing there on foils. This is game on. This is the sign of things to come.
Lead change in the final. There's not much in it.
2, 1, and 1.
It's such an aggressive move, though, and it doesn't end up that you separate from the boat that you're trying to defend from.
And they've gone as well. Same again.
The leader trying to take control.
I'm happy with that.
It's going to be more.
It's
bow again, going to be another intersection here. Luna Rossa gaining all the time here.
5.
Rights with New Zealand.
3, 2, 1, and 1.
Luna Rossa Prata Pirelli sailing fast there, going for the hook here. Emirates Team New Zealand really in big trouble here for me. Really in big trouble. Wow.
Okay, guys.
Massive bow down speed.
This is the umpire's penalty, Italy, penalty, Italy.
Oh, and it's gone the other way. The Italians not keeping clear. It'll be really interesting to hear from umpire Richard Slater, if we can get some comms with him at some stage soon on what transpired there.
The Italians initiated that penalty. They pressed the button to invite the umpires in. And they didn't get it.
Penalty cleared.
So the Italians there intersecting behind Emirates Team New Zealand too closely. So they would have actually intersected their polygons, if you like, or the keep clear boundaries too closely. So
up now, please.
now Luna Rossa Prata Pirelli just tacking on top of Emirates Team New Zealand. Super close racing here.
Luna Rossa must keep clear, windward boat.
There'll be a protest button pressed there.
This is the umpires, penalty Italy, penalty Italy.
Another one for Italy. Nice job from Emirates Team New Zealand to get that intersection of the boundaries, but it is game on. A 75-metre get behind for the Italians there.
It may look a bit strange that there is actually a gap, but there is a bubble around the boat. It cannot be intersected.
Just having a look at what the Italians can't side them out about.
Penalty clear.
Bugger, they say. Anyway, Rubbing's racing, and what a race we have on our hands here.
It is fitting for a final here at Barcelona. This final of the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta. There is nothing in it between Emirates Team New Zealand and Luna Rossa Prata Pirelli. Penalties have been hurting them on the upwind leg. Luna Rossa and Emirates around the top mark and heading home. But will they get home first?
Absolutely game on here. It is definitely not over. Oh, a little skid there. Luna Rossa Prata Pirelli, not over yet. Rudder real close to the surface. Oh, crikey's only just held that on. When you see the black of the Luna Rossa Prata Pirelli rudder, they are very, very close to getting that elevator out of the water. Need to pull this jibe off cleanly here, Shirley.
3.
Luna Rossa went round that mark at like 44 knots.
Wow, that was right on the edge.
Okay, just settle in now, guys. Yep. You can get it in 1, they have to go in 2. It's best VMG, Pete. Everything for best VMG, keep it settled.
Okay, the call from Nathan Outridge, just settle down, sail fast.
Let's go to Pete Lessing. You're right in the middle of this, Pete. What a cracker.
Just bring it down, Pistol.
We're coming down behind both boats, and it's just amazing to watch. And wow, big testament there to match racing skills and the coaching from Ray Davies. And I thought those two penalties that went in the way of Emirates Team New Zealand just comes down to attention to detail with the match racing skills. Right now, New Zealand down to leeward, Luna Rossa to windward. New Zealanders are bow forward, but what a match race.
They are going now, I think, Pete.
Still good. We're carrying on up.
Just a little replay here of that intersection and the penalty there. Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli, but the real battle going on at the moment is coming down to the bottom end of the course, and the race is absolutely on as we get down to the bottom end of the line here. Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli, not the best jibe there.
A-line's going to be super marginal.
Emirates Team New Zealand extending their lead a little there, just trying to sail the boat cleanly here. It's all about executing well at this bottom part of the course here for both boats to make sure they're in the game at the finish.
Wherever you're watching us around the world, you might be like the three commentators sitting on the edge of their seats, and all the chase boats as well. We've got a mini classic here in AC75 racing, the final of the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta. Defender against the challenger last time out in Auckland.
Nice. I mean, I sort of straight and all good.
Well, we wondered, Stephen, if we would get close match racing with these super fast boats. What a treat. There's only more to come.
4 days away from the start of the Louis Vuitton Cup to find out who will be the challenger for the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup. Will it be Luna Rossa? Will it be American Magic? So many questions to be asked over the next fortnight.
A bit fast and then
nice, man.
I'm down at the end.
It's coming down to the finish line here.
And under pressure, Emirates Team New Zealand do it. In 2024, they win the Louis Vuitton Preliminary Regatta here in Barcelona.
Do you want to round up and just get over by the... I would just try and get up one to tiny wee bit now. Doing there. Okay, boys. One.
How each team responds under pressure is a signal as to how they will continue on. Undone by penalties in that race, Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. But they still signal it is game on come the Louis Vuitton Cup to the other four challengers.
Great effort on the bikes, though. Sorry, boys. Painful.
That's worth a wow.
Yeah, that was. I'm still getting my breath back, and I haven't done anything. That was pretty good, Shirley. I mean, that was a proper match race at pace in waves. I mean, that was absolutely.